Welcome back to Solo Marvel Champion. Today, I'm doing a game that my brother Sean randomized for me. Now, he does not know anything about the game. He chose two characters that he knew nothing about. He didn't want to be biased about characters he knew. So he chose Ironheart and Mr. Sinister. And I thought, okay, that's cool. And I forgot until I started to set up that I also get hope when I'm playing Mr. Sinister. So that can actually be really huge for me. Now he also chose Leadership as my aspect. So let's power through setup, and something I'm going to do that I don't normally do, I'm going to cut after setup because it's raining hard right now and there are thunderstorms moving in. So I don't want to have to go through the setup process again if I have to stop and re-record this video. So we are going to start with setting aside Super Strength, Flight, and Telepathy, and putting Hope Summers into play. When we flip this, it says remove one random stage 2 from the game and then advance to a random stage 2. So we are going to put these here and roll a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one gets removed. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one will be our first main. Now that starts with 1 and gives him Flight. I don't like Flight because it gives him overkill, but it's alright. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle Flight in. And if I do have to re-record, I'm going to start again with Flight, because that's what I randomized here. Set these aside in case they come into play, which they might. And now, let's give me a shuffle. And again, if I have to cut, I will reshuffle both of these decks as well. Or I should say, if I have to re-record, I will reshuffle both of these decks. Alright, the storms did come through, knocked power out for about 2 hours. Now, I live in an area where if someone sneezes hard enough, the power will go out. So I did expect that, and that's why I went ahead and pre-recorded setup. So let's give him a shuffle. Let's give me a shuffle. I'd like to see a Stroke of Genius. I would like to see Ingenuity, Ronnie Williams, maybe Moon Girl if I can pay for her with all mental. That would be a pretty good start. Well, there is Stroke of Genius at the very least. Gonna mulligan the rest of that. Let's look for Ingenuity. Flyover is good though. So I'm gonna start with 2, 3 for Miles Morales, and I will choose attack. He's gonna get +2 attack until the end of the phase. So when I play this, I get 1 counter and draw a card. Before I forget that he has 2 attack, let's go ahead and attack for 4. And go ahead and flip up. Before I flip up, I'm going to use that new and improved to put another counter. That's the Child Prodigy action. Flip up. I'm going to use 1, 2 for flyover, remove 3. If it removed all the threat, get 2 counters. And then we will each attack for 2. Have a hand size of 4. That's good. That'll get me another card, and then I can play my blasters or team building. 2 goes on. He is attacking for 2, and I'll defend. That's 2, 3, and I'm confused. I take no damage. 1 encounter card. When a player would deal damage to Mr. Sinister, that player may spend mental. If they do not, that damage is dealt to a character I control instead. I do have mental, and I could still play Maria, so that's okay. So what I will do is attack with hope and pay mental to get rid of this, so that 2 does go through to Mr. Sinister. I'm going to pay 2 for Maria Hill, who draws me a card. There's Ronnie, except I don't think I'm going to go back down, so she is going to knock that off, and Miles will attack for 2. Let's ready. Oh, I am getting rid of that since I don't plan to go back down. Well, there's an ingenuity, so now I might go back down. I wish I'd held on to that. 2 goes on. He is again attacking, and I'm going to take this one. That's 2 and only 2. 1 encounter card. He surges. Discard an upgrade or support I control. If I can't, this gains surge. Discard each tough status. If he is brute, I would deal 4 indirect, but now I only deal 2 indirect. I'm going to take that indirect myself. Okay. How badly do I want to flip down, though? I'm going to take that off. She goes away. Attack for 2, 3. He goes away. It's actually an attack of 4. So I do need healing, so I'm not going to get rid of that confuse. I'm just going to flip down. I'm going to recover 3. Oh, I really hate flipping down. Ingenuity, which I can only play if I have the genius trait. And ingenuity to put a counter on, and then those 2 for call for backup. Let's ready. I am going to end up losing that. The odds of getting a Moon Girl and a lot of mental to pay for, the odds of getting a 0 boost are slim. So 2 goes on. He schemes for 2 and only 2. 1 encounter card. He has 4. When he attacks you, exhaust a character I control. That was crazy fortunate. All right, we're going to go ahead and use an ingenuity to put a counter on. And let's see what I need to do here. Mental for Moon Girl. She's going to draw me 3 cards. Photon Beam is brilliant right now. Let's go ahead and put 1 more counter on with a mental. No, that was the ability I used there, so I can't do that. The real question is, let's go ahead and flip up. The real question is, do I want to load that up. It's gonna get me 2. I can play, well, first things first, I really want to get inspired on hope. And I'm gonna do 2 for Photon Beam. It's gonna deal 4 to Gorgeous George. That defeated him, so I'll get 2 more counters. I'm going to exhaust to clear my Confuse. I'm gonna remove 6 counters. Ready, and switch to version 2. Now, she can remove 3 here. It goes to victory, and I can get any ally I want. I want Brawn. The 2 of us are going to thwart for 4. Brawn is going to attack for 3. Now that is going to push. This happens, and he has 17 health. Now that he has a mental resource, I'm going to use that mental resource and beast for my bunker. Let's ready. Now I have a hand size of 5. Go for champions would be pretty good. So I've got 2 champions. And of course, I'm a champion. 2 goes on. Now he's attacking for 3, and I pretty much have to defend. Defending for 3, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. I still take 3 damage. 1 encounter card. The villain attacks me. That is super unfortunate. 3, 4, and it would gain piercing. So I'm down to 2, which is not where I want to be. If I do... order is difficult here. It's like I could play Nick. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna draw me 3. We can get all that threat gone. And then I can maybe still play go for champion. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick. Draws me 3 cards. Stroke of Genius is nice. Tony Stark AI is a lot of fun. But I think I'm not going to be able to get it in. So I'm going to do 1, 2, which gives me that and draws me a card. 3 for Go for Champions. Go for Champions says champions cannot take damage until the end of the round. Unfortunately, with the errata on this card, that gets removed from the game. So now, Moon Girl and Brawn won't take damage. So we'll do... Hope removes 3. She will remove the rest, taking no consequential damage. Nick will attack for 2. I'm going to hold on to that flyover. Brawn will attack for 3 and not take any damage. One, 2, that. 3, 4. New and improved is pretty good now because I'll get 2 options off of it. 2 goes on. He's attacking for 3, and I don't care because I can't take damage. 3, 4, 5. I take no damage. I get 2 encounter cards. Obligation, remove 1, then discard this. Molecular control, give Mr. Sinister a tough. If he has brute, heal. He is not brute, but because that went on, he's going to put 2 threat on the main. Okay. Flyover is looking good. Let's use this first. Draw 2, discard 2. I can get rid of her. I can get rid of that, I think. Although Braun attacking for 4 would be nice. Get rid of Vivian and team building. Nick is gone. I want to use that flyover, so she can take 3 and 1, 2 for flyover, removes that and gives me 2 counters. Now, do I play Maria or do I put the inspired on Braun? I think I play Maria. She draws me a card. It's another new and improved. She can knock off his tough, leaving way for Braun to attack for 3, and Moon Girl to attack for 2. And then I will attack for 2 as well. Okay. Trying to decide if I need to go down again. I'm in a rough spot with health. Moon Girl is gone. But if I go down, it's almost assured. I got lucky one time only getting a 0 boost there. But on the other hand, I'm going to win on this next turn unless something crazy happens. So, do I bite the bullet and let a second superpower go on? Or do I just stay up and hope to survive? I'm going to flip down. And I'm going to use that mental to put a counter on. Let's ready, and I'm going to draw 6. Two goes on. He schemes for 2. Oh, but he gets +1 for superpower. So he schemes for 3. That goes, and we get superpower, super strength. This starts with 1. And we get 1 encounter card. Discard each tough status and then take 2 indirect. I'm going to take 1 on hope, 1 on me. Let's see. He gains steady, which I don't care about. He has, so I don't care about, I don't care at all about retaliate. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to use Stroke of Genius for this ability. That puts 1 on, and then Stroke of Genius puts another 1 on and draws me a card. Okay. I'll flip up. I mean, I've got the game won, but let's see what we can do. Let's draw 2, discard 2. Well, that's fun. I can get up to 5, 6. I can get up to 6 and get up to... Well, I'm already on version 2. I'm already going to get to version 3. And then I'm going to have a bunch that I can just hit him with. What do I have in here? Moon Girl, Nick. Well, let's do the fun thing. Make the call for Nick. Nick comes in and draws me 3 cards. Got all 3 of my photon beams in my hand. I'm going to remove 6 counters. Ready, get a tough, and go to version 3. Doesn't leave me 1 counter. I'm going to do Stroke of Genius and Team Training for a flyover. It's going to remove 3. If it removed all of it, I get 2. And then because I use Stroke of Genius, I get another one and draw a card. Too late for Ronnie, darn it. Ron can attack for 3. He is defeated. And Nick could finish him. Anyone can finish him. Everyone on my board can finish him right now. At this point, I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun. But let's do 2 for a... Actually, each one of these counters can deal 2 damage. So I've got 5 ways on board to knock him out. And 3 copies of a card in hand that will knock him out. Let's just remove 1 counter to deal 2 damage. Alright, that was actually a little bit better than the game I had to scrap because I wasn't getting out of stage 2 or version 2 in that game. I did get up to version 3 in this one, so a lot of fun. Ironheart really does have my heart. She is a lot of fun to play. I want to say thanks to my brother Sean for randomizing that game for me. Ironheart, Ledership, Mr. Sinister. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a marvelous day.